When it comes to the NFL Hall of Fame, just being merely associated with it is a great honor. But to actually have a part of your actual story being inside of the Hall of Fame is another thing altogether. And when it comes to Jared Goff, he is now officially in the Hall of Fame. We're going to talk about it, so stay tuned.
What are we? What makes us what we are and what we're going to be? It's grit. It's what we started with last year, guys. Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
Can definitely compete with the big dogs.
10-5 end zone touchdown Detroit Lions.
You guys are unbelievable, man. I'm telling you.
We are driven by Detroit.
Hello, Lions friends and family members. Welcome on back to yet another episode of MCM Motor City Mania. I'm your host, David T. Pike. And as always, we're diving on in. My friends, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about something that, kind of just came out. I think it was either a day or so ago. But, dude, this is an absolutely awesome story. It's absolutely awesome because when you think about it, Jared Goff has literally gone through so much in his career. He's gone from being a first-round draft pick to being the golden boy out in freaking LA to then being completely disregarded and, thought of as trash by his coach, by the NFL. He gets sent out here to Detroit for pretty much his career to die, resurrects the Detroit Lions along with everybody else, and now he's a top 10 quarterback once again. So, quite literally, Jared Goff has gone on the roller coaster ride of the NFL. But let's think about this, folks. In all the time that Jared Goff has been in the NFL, I do not think at any one point did anybody ever once think that Jared Goff was going to make it to the Hall of Fame. Now, that's a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek statement, because has Jared Goff made it to the actual Hall of Fame? No, he has not. He is still currently playing. You cannot be playing and make it into the Hall of Fame as an actual Hall of Fame inductee. However, though, you can be playing and a part of your story, so to speak, can make it into the NFL Hall of Fame as an NFL artifact. Now, as you all know, maybe some of you do, maybe some of you don't, but at least I know this, and I know a lot of other people know this. Jared Goff's game jersey for the night that he completed his 18 of 18 passes, Monday Night Football against the Seattle Seahawks, that game jersey, that black jersey, is now officially hanging in the NFL Hall of Fame because of the sheer significance of what happened during that game. Again, I've said it before, and I'll say it again now. That accomplishment that Jared Goff had of 18 for 18, that is a record that I do not think is ever going to be broken. And that's probably why that jersey is now hanging in the freaking, NFL Hall of Fame. To complete 18 of 18 passes is absolutely freaking mind-blowing. It is unbelievable to think that Jared Goff was able to complete that many throws in a row. So to think about it from that perspective, you would have to then envision, or try to envision, another quarterback somewhere on down the line completing 19 in a row. It's hard enough just doing a couple in a row, but 19, damn near 20 throws? Good luck, my friends. That's why I think that the NFL Hall of Fame wanted Jared Goff's jersey, because they recognized the significance, the true importance of what happened during that game. And I mean, dude, you take a look at the stats that Goff had in that game. Obviously, the 18 of 18 for 100%. But he did that almost throwing 300 yards for 16.2 an average a throw, was flawless in the touchdown-interception ratio. He had 2 touchdowns to no interceptions, and an almost perfect passer rating. That right there is literally the definition of a quarterback being at the top of his game. Despite, obviously, the passer rating, which we obviously know why that is now the case, that didn't, become a perfect passer rating. But when you think about it just from Jared Goff's perspective, and, from the Lions' perspective, and my perspective, I think, this is kind of a little bit surreal. It's more to me that, hey, you now have somebody who did something, aka Goff, that is so ridiculously rare that even though he's not done playing, a part of his story, a part of the Lions' story, is now hanging in the NFL Hall of Fame. That's a very, very huge honor. That's an insane honor. Now, here's the thing though, folks. Here's another perspective that I have for this. And I kind of posted this on Facebook, and some of y'all might know exactly where I'm going with this. But I believe that the NFL might have a subtle little meaning behind this. Because the way I look at it is, hey, the NFL has a very, very rigorous selection process when it comes to what they decide to put in the NFL Hall of Fame. Because they're not just going to put any old thing in there. I mean, the NFL Hall of Fame is set on a specific amount of square footage. So it's like, okay, you can't just put everything in there. It's got to be something of very, very high significance and something that realistically can further, continue to tell the story of the NFL. Well, think about this, folks. Considering the other types of players that have got stuff in the NFL Hall of Fame, such as playing jerseys, such as playing equipment, whatever the case might be, most of those guys that I would say probably are Hall of Fame inductees themselves. So let's try and connect the two here. Goff's game jersey, playing perhaps the best game that a quarterback has ever played, is in the NFL Hall of Fame. Then you take a look at the fact that, a lot of other great players who are in the Hall of Fame as inductees have also got stuff that's hanging in the Hall of Fame as far as game equipment, jerseys, so on and so forth. So here's my thought process, folks, and maybe this is me being, a Jared Goff fan kind of speaking out here, a Lions fan speaking out here, but could it entirely be possible, even though for some people it might be a little bit of a stretch, but is it possible that maybe Jared Goff one day could actually join the NFL Hall of Fame, and maybe that by the NFL Hall of Fame putting his jersey in there, maybe they're kind of giving a subtle message of coming attractions, maybe, a couple of years down the road, however many it is? Think about it, folks. It's not that too far out of the realm of possibilities here. Take a look at what Jared Goff has accomplished over the course of his career. He's already accomplished things that no other quarterback has ever accomplished in NFL history. First and foremost, Jared Goff is the only quarterback in NFL history to have greater than 30,000 passing yards and less than 100 interceptions at the time he accomplished that. Nobody else has done that. Nobody. That's a huge accomplishment for Jared Goff. Then on top of that, Jared Goff is tied third fastest in NFL history to reach 25,000 yards with freaking Peyton Manning and Kurt Warner. Then on top of that, as I'm going to show up on the screen here, Jared Goff also is tied with both Dan Marino and Patrick Mahomes for another NFL record. I mean, for crying out loud, you take a look at what Jared Goff has done in his NFL career. He has accomplished so much that most other quarterbacks can't even dream of doing. And Jared Goff has literally got all the statistical prowess. He's got the wins. He's got everything now that you're looking for. And he's got also more as far as from a personal and local perspective from what he's done here in Detroit. Hey, won 2 playoff games, won a division title. So yeah, Jared Goff is literally just continuing to stack everything. There's only one thing left that Jared Goff has not realistically done, and that's win a Super Bowl. Now, obviously, winning an MVP would also be something else to do, but at the end of the day, most people care about the hardware. They care about the ring. That's what they're looking for. So think about it. Goff already has records. Goff already has wins. Goff has already accomplished stuff that nobody else in NFL history has done or has not been done in a damn long time. So, is it entirely impossible or, crazy of me to think that if Jared Goff merely wins that one Super Bowl, could he just automatically now be ushered into the NFL Hall of Fame? I mean, think about it. Jared Goff has done a lot of damn things in the NFL that make him very, very unique and special from a player as far as a production standpoint. You win a Super Bowl, that instantaneously puts you into a conversation that few other quarterbacks are in. But then with Jared Goff's, statistical prowess and production that he's done on the side before he gets a Super Bowl win, when that happens, if that happens, now Jared Goff can then put himself into a further exclusive conversation. Because, yeah, we know quarterbacks that have won one Super Bowl, but either they were journeymen or they were just in the right place at the right time kind of situation. Jared Goff is not one of those guys. Jared Goff would be a guy that, hey, he's not only in the right position, right time kind of thing, but he also built something in order for himself to get where he's at. That's something that's very rarely ever done by quarterbacks, because typically most quarterbacks do not go to a second team and win a Super Bowl with them. That's very, very rare. In fact, I'm going to try and look this up and put it into this episode, but I don't think more than maybe a handful of quarterbacks that have gone to a second team have actually won a Super Bowl. That right there would also be something rather impressive on Goff's part. So Jared Goff has already done an immense amount of things. And the fact that he's now got a piece of himself and also his story and the Lions story in the Hall of Fame, I'm just looking at this and like, you know what? I think this is kind of like the NFL giving a subtle message of like, hey man, you're this close. You are this damn close. You've already got a jersey in here from what you were able to do. We need just a little bit more. And then, okay, now we can start actually envisioning you having a bronze bust in the NFL. We can start envisioning you having a gold jacket to go along with that bust in the NFL Hall of Fame. Call me crazy, folks, but it's like, dude, Jared Goff's literally right there. He's got the numbers, he's got the production, he's got the wins. The only thing he doesn't have is a Super Bowl title. And correct me if I'm wrong, but the Lions are considered top contenders this year for said title. So we could be talking about this conversation very, very shortly again in maybe a couple of months. But instead of it being, a hypothetical situation, it's going to be a reality situation. But in any case, folks, I just wanted to talk about this really quickly because I saw this and I was like, dude, this is a great conversation piece. I have to talk about it. But having said that, I'm going to end this episode and say thank you all for watching yet another episode of MCM Motor City Mania. If you like what you saw, by all means, I highly encourage y'all to watch the next episode. Also encourage y'all to do one of these three things: like, comment, and subscribe. If by chance you subscribed in the past and you forgot to do so at the time, I also, again, want to encourage y'all, make sure you subscribe, but also make sure you also hit that bell notification icon so that way you guys never miss any more content that I push out. Also want to encourage y'all to please share the content with your Lions friends and family members. Share it here on YouTube, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, share it anywhere and everywhere you possibly can. The more we can do that, the more we can share it, the greater the channel has a reach, the greater the channel can spread, which allows us to bring in new content viewership. And with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the content. Whether you've been a long-time viewer or this is your first time viewing me, please, I hope y'all enjoyed the content. And I also hope that everybody has a smile on their face, they've got something that makes them happy. And having said that, I just want to wish everybody a great day. God bless, my friends. And until the next time we meet, I'll see you all in the next episode.